Hey MechWarriors, it's Manny. In this video, I'm going to cover Campaign Contract Reckoning. It's the third to last campaign contract in MechWarrior 5, and what I would consider the most difficult contract so far. I'll go over the mechs I ran with, their loadouts, as well as the enemy mechs you'll face. I'll cover some strats for certain encounters that hopefully help reduce damage you take. When I do contract strats, I always make it clear that this is not the best way, the right way, or the only way to complete this mission. This is just the way I did it. So before we begin, I'd like to also mention that you can find me on Twitch at twitch.tv/maniocrity, where I stream Friday, Saturday, and Sunday evenings starting at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I always enjoy playing with viewers, so if you're looking for someone to drop with, or if you need help with this mission, you can hit me up on the Militia Discord server. The link is in the description below. The first AI mech is a stock of 3F with 2 LRM 10 streams and 2 LRM 5s. I'd go with LRM 5 streams, but I didn't have any. A medium laser in each arm and then 2 ER PPCs in the torso. I gave it 4.5 tons of LRM ammo, which I honestly do not think he'll use all of it, but better safe than sorry. I don't normally like giving the AI double heat sinks because they often destroy them, but with 2 PPCs I had to. Of course, this is with max armor and most of it is in the front. Since the AI does respect weapon groupings, it is important to take time to think about how you want the weapons fired. I did not group the PPCs together because I wanted the AI to fire them one at a time, especially against vehicles since it almost one-shots them. I do group the medium lasers, and then I have another group for the LRMs. The next AI mech is the Banshee 3M. I put in 2 ER PPCs in this one, as well as a single medium laser. I'm not sure the medium laser is even worth it, but I could put one more weapon in, so I did. The Banshee is just more of a tank than anything else. I have them mostly just to absorb damage, but the ER PPCs help tremendously with the vehicles, and there are a ton of them in this campaign. Almost maxed armor and 4 double heat sinks finish this one up. For weapon groupings, I have each PPC in its own group, as well as the medium laser. The last AI mech is the Atlas D. I have it configured more as a brawler. AC-20 and SRM-6s in the torso and 4 medium lasers. I put lower tier lasers on the arms because they always lose them. Almost max the armor. There's 4.5 tons of AC-20 ammo and 3 tons of SRM ammo. I paired the medium lasers up into separate groups, the AC-20 in its own group and the SRMs together. My mech is also an Atlas D, but I switched the AC-20 to a Gauss rifle for the range, and I put 2 LRM 10 streams in the torso. It also has the 4 medium lasers. I got basically max armor, 3 tons of Gauss rifle ammo, and 4.5 tons of LRM ammo. The groupings are a little different than the other Atlas. I group all 4 lasers together, then the Gauss rifle in its own group, and the LRMs are together. I'm just lazy and don't like too many groupings, but ideally I should have the lasers paired up in separate groups. Like I did in the other campaign contract videos, I'm not going to just play back the entire video at normal speed, because it's fairly long. So I'll just cover what I feel are some of the more important points. I'll also point out which mechs show up and where to stand to reduce damage. So the first tip I'm going to say is listen to Rihanna, because she will let you know when things are going to happen. You'll find the first set of mechs at the first set of buildings you come to. You'll face a bunch of VTOLs, a Crab 20, and a Raven 2X. I'd recommend taking out the VTOL first, then burning the Crab, and then the Ravens. The next waypoint is just a bunch of vehicles. Try and take them out from range. This is why we brought a lot of PPCs. This next waypoint will have 3 mechs, a Rifleman 3C, a Vindicator 1R, and a Wolverine Q. There are also some air vehicles. Make sure the lance is together before starting this part. Just wait outside the structure until everyone's together. Once you enter, you'll hear Rihanna talk about how impressive the spaceport was. Start backing up because this is when they attack. Once the mechs appear, target the rifleman first and order everyone to attack your target. He comes right down the middle of the town, so it should get down quickly with everyone shooting PPCs at it. Then focus the Vindicator until air vehicles appear. I always like to focus them first. I just find them annoying. Then take out the Wolverine last. On this next part, I like to stay left and move around the mountains because of the large number of air and ground vehicles just waiting around the corner to annihilate you. This way you can just poke out a little bit and kill a couple of the vehicles at a time. It does take a little bit of coaxing to get the AI to follow you because the paths are not great, but I'm telling you it's worth the time to get around this way because you take a lot less damage. Once you've dealt with the vehicles, you want to move up to the next waypoint by staying close to the mountains on the left. You want to get up to where the satellite dish is. This spot keeps you from being surrounded by the vehicles. They are forced to come from 2 directions instead of all 4. Once again, wait for your lance mates to catch up before going close and starting the encounter. For this encounter, there are 2 mechs and 8 vehicles to destroy. The 2 mechs are a Griffin 1S and a Kentaro 20. As always, I like to take the vehicles out first because the tanks really do hurt. For mechs, the Griffin could die first because he runs out first anyway and is targetable. Then take out the Kentaro. As you're working on the vehicles, have your lance focus fire one of the mechs at a time. After a long walk, you'll come to the second to last engagement. This is the most difficult engagement because you'll have to take on 2 assault mechs, a Battlemaster 1G and a Highlander 732, and 2 heavy mechs, an Orion K and a Black Knight KNT. We're going to fight them up on the platform, but if you have a lance mate who has a decent amount of damage, tell them to stand down below behind the platform. This will give the other lance mates a chance to grab aggro before he gets involved. I like to place my lance mates in front of me on the platform because inevitably I will take aggro and be targeted by all enemies. In this way, I can reduce the initial damage done to me. After all, the mission only fails when I die, not when the AI does. Once in place, I walk slowly forward until I hear the dropship come down. I then back up to the edge of the platform. There is no rhyme or reason during this encounter for which mech I take out first, but I will make sure to target one and have my lance focus fire it, so we can burn it as fast as possible, and then target the next mech and do the same thing. Rinse and repeat 2 more times. If you start getting targeted and taking too much damage, just back down the ramp and line of sight the enemy mechs. Your lance should start to take aggro and you can just peek up and take pop shots. You may also need to babysit one of your mechs and pull him out once in a while so he doesn't die. I had to. The next and final set of enemies is not very far. Once again, position your mechs according to the damage, just like the previous encounter. If you have a very damaged mech, then put him way in the back so he's not targeted first. When everyone is in place, walk forward into your Rihanna, which is usually over the hexagon in the middle of the platform. You'll face an Annihilator 1A, 2 Flea 15s, and a Firestarter A. You should be able to burn one of the fleas before they even get close. Then just switch between the Flea and the Firestar until they're both dead. The Annihilator moves so slowly that you should easily be able to take out the other 3 light mechs before he even gets close. When engaging the Annihilator, you want to break line of sight once in a while because he does a ton of damage with the AC-10s. And you're probably pretty beat up at this point. The Atlas is faster than the Annihilator, so you'll be able to outrun him and keep in line of sighted while your weapons cool down. Just pop out once in a while, shoot him, but don't get greedy and stay out too long. He can do a ton of damage in a short amount of time. Once your mod is dealt with, you can now go collect your Shadowhawk. It took me a few tries to figure out which mechs and loadouts that worked for me on this contract. And even though it was a fairly long one, I really enjoyed it. It was one of the more fun contracts. If you completed it, let me know which mechs and loadouts you went with in the comments below. I'm always curious how other people complete things. I really hope you enjoyed the video and found it helpful. If you did, then please hit that like button. If you have any questions, I'd love to hear them, so please leave a comment below. If you'd like to see more content like this, then please smash that subscribe button. And as I mentioned earlier, you can also follow me on Twitch at twitch.tv/Maniocrity, where I stream Friday, Saturday, and Sundays starting at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Till next time, Mech Warriors, happy hunting.